In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. These are foods that contain a wide range of bioavailable nutrients and give you the most bang for your buck when you choose them compared to other foods. And this is not going to be your typical superfood list. I think most, if not all, of the foods on this list will surprise you. If you are looking to boost your nutrition and optimize your health, keep watching for my top 5 most nutrient-dense foods. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate. I'm a health coach and I post videos on a high-fat, nutrient-dense way of eating. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, feel free to share, and make sure to subscribe. And make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where I share new posts every single day. Superfood is a buzzword that gets thrown around a lot. But what does it even mean if a food is super? LiveScience.com defines superfoods as mostly plant-based, but also some fish and dairy, that are thought to be nutritionally dense and thus good for one's health. I think it's ironic that on one hand they say these foods are nutritionally dense, but then on the other hand that most of them are plant-based. A lot of the nutrients in these foods are actually precursors to the nutrients in their final form. Our bodies need to convert them in order to be able to use them. And the conversion rates for these nutrients are usually pretty low. But unfortunately, both the precursors and the final form of these nutrients often get lumped together. So on paper, you might see that 1 cup of sweet potatoes has 5,400 micrograms of vitamin A, but only 3% of this form is absorbed by the human body, leaving you with just 162 micrograms. Compare this to beef liver, with which an 85-gram serve has 13,000 micrograms of vitamin A in its final form, of which 80% is usually absorbed. And that leaves you with over 10,000 micrograms. Which food is really the better source of vitamin A? And there are several other examples of this that I will talk about as we go through this list. We're starting the list off with eggs. Eggs are one of the most accessible and inexpensive foods, no matter where you live. Eggs can be the focus of a meal, or they can be used to enhance both the taste and the nutritional value. The yolks specifically pack most of the nutrition, with the whites containing mainly protein, including the amino acids that make up collagen. 2 eggs is equal to about 100 grams or 3.5 ounces. And I should mention that throughout this video, I'm going to be using serving sizes. It doesn't really make sense to compare everything gram for gram because 100 grams of one food can be a really big serve, whereas with another food, that serving size isn't realistic. Eggs are one of the best sources of vitamin K2, with 50 micrograms in 2 eggs. Vitamin K2 is important for the absorption of calcium and maintaining our bone health. Eggs are also a really good source of vitamin E, with a serve getting you almost 15% of the daily value. They also have a decent amount of vitamin A and even a bit of vitamin D. On top of that, they are rich in all B vitamins, especially biotin. Overall, they are pretty well-rounded and contain a wide range of vitamins and minerals. Number 4 is sardines. Now, I say sardines, but the same nutritional value we are about to discuss can more or less be applied to salmon, mackerel, herring, and anchovies as well. Sardines are a cold water oily fish and are one of the best sources of vitamin B12. Of course, all animal foods contain a good amount of vitamin B12, but sardines just more so. 1 tin of sardines has over 1.5 milligrams of omega-3. Now, we often hear that chia seeds are a good source of omega-3, but this is the same scenario that we talked about with vitamin A. The form of omega-3 in chia seeds and in all plant food sources of omega-3 is the precursor to the final form. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds has 5 grams of ALA omega-3, of which less than 10% will be converted to the final form, meaning 500 micrograms at absolute most. A tin of sardines has 1,500 micrograms of pre-converted omega-3. There's not really a comparison. Sardines are also a good source of calcium, with a tin having up to 400 milligrams. They are also rich in iron, zinc, selenium, and iodine, another nutrient that most of us are not getting enough of. Number 3 is cod liver. Cod liver is rich in fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A and vitamin D, and also contains a decent amount of vitamin E and vitamin K as well. A tin of cod liver has over 3,000 micrograms of vitamin A, which is over 3 times the RDA. Most people are not getting enough vitamin A because, as I touched on at the start, they are mainly getting it in the form of carotenoids from foods such as carrots, sweet potato, and bell pepper. Carotenoids such as beta-carotene are pro-vitamin A. This means they are able to be converted by the body into retinol, which is the final form our body uses. The problem is that most people are not good at making this conversion, with roughly 10 to 20 molecules of carotenoids needed to make 1 vitamin A. This means that less than 3% of the carotenoids in plant foods are absorbed. The vitamin A in cod liver is already in the form of retinol, which has an 80% absorption rate. Vitamin A is important for our eye health, bone health, as well as our immune function and wound healing. Cod liver is also one of the best dietary sources of vitamin D, well above the RDA. I've talked about vitamin D several times on my channel and just how important it is for our health. Every cell in the human body has a receptor for vitamin D, which shows that it is a part of almost every bodily function. The sun is our best source of vitamin D, but depending on where you live, getting it in this way is not always an option. Therefore, during winter months, it is especially important to make sure you are getting enough vitamin D in through diet. Of course, cod liver is also extremely rich in omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, with 1 tin containing an amazing 5.5 grams of the 2 combined. Number 2 is salmon roe. Continuing on the seafood trend, next up we have salmon roe. Roe is another word for fish eggs. You only need a very small amount of salmon roe to get huge nutritional value. For example, 2 tablespoons has 4,000 micrograms of vitamin D, almost a third of the daily value. It also has almost 300 micrograms of riboflavin, 1/4 of the daily value. It also has over 7 grams of vitamin C, a nutrient not often found in large amounts in animal foods. It is also rich in other B vitamins, a bit of vitamin D and vitamin A, as well as iodine, phosphorus, and of course, omega-3. There is 1.2 grams of DHA and EPA in just 2 tablespoons. Once again, this is in the final form our bodies can use. And finally, the holy grail of nutrient-dense foods, beef liver. In 185 gram or 3 ounce serve, you have a whopping 13,000 micrograms of vitamin A, 55 micrograms of vitamin B12, 62 micrograms of vitamin K2, 50% of your daily requirement for iron, over 200% of your daily requirement for copper, 50% your daily value for zinc, and the B vitamins across the board. It's pretty high in all of them, especially when it comes to riboflavin, niacin, folate, and biotin. And to top off this already amazing list, it also contains 20 grams of vitamin C, one of the best animal sources of this nutrient. It is mind-blowing just how much nutrition is packed into beef liver. And this is because the liver is the storage organ for a lot of the nutrients we previously mentioned. I know some people are a bit funny about eating liver because they think of the organ as processing toxins. And yes, the liver processes toxins, but it does not store them, so this is not a concern. The biggest downside to liver, of course, is the taste. Now, I know, some people love it, but there's a large group of people who don't. It's an acquired taste. Let's just say that. Fortunately, it's pretty easy to hide beef liver in other foods, such as burgers. You can use about 90% ground beef and then 10% liver. Mix that up and make it into burger patties. You won't even be able to tell it's there. I know some people also like to chop it up and swallow it like pills. Personally, I like to buy beef liver capsules instead. You get all the benefits with no taste, and you don't have to worry about it going off. The brand I use is from Grassland Nutrition, and they also have a powder, which is really great as well. You can mix that in with ground beef or other meat, and it's like it's not even there. I will link to Grassland Nutrition in the description box down below, and you can use code KATE10 to save 10%. And those are my top 5 nutrient-dense foods. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you eat any or all of these foods regularly? Was there something you think I missed that deserved to be on this list? Let me know down below. If you like this video, you might also like my video on my top 5 collagen-rich foods for skin and hair. You can check it out here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can click here. And if you want to check out my keto and carnivore diet coaching programs, you can click here. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.